All right, now we're going to write equations in slope-intercept form, but we're not going to be given everything we need. Okay, we're given, in this case, the slope, but we don't know the y-intercept. But we do know an ordered pair. So an ordered pair, remember, is like the x and y in the equation. So we can put them in there and solve for b, and then we'll have our two things and we can write our answer. So it's very important that you get them in the right place for x and y. So y in this case is 5, equals m is 2, x is 1, and we don't know b. So 5 equals 2 plus b. So we would need to subtract 2 from each side and get 3 equals b. Now I'm not done because I want to have my equation in slope-intercept form. And now I have the two things, this and this, so I can write it now. Y equals 2x plus 3. So you have to do a little work this time before you can put them in that form. So again, I'm given the slope, but I'm not given the y-intercept, so I need to find my b. So y, so negative 3 is y, equals m, which is the 1/2, times x, which is 2, plus b. Well, half of 2, these cancel and give me 1. So I would need to subtract 1 to get b by itself. So you see, we continue to use that solving equation. We'll use that all year long in different situations. So I know my m and my b, so I write my equation. Y equals, m is 1/2, don't forget your x. B is 4, negative 4, sorry, it's minus 4. Here I'm not given the slope or the y-intercept, so I need to find both. Well, we know how to calculate slope given ordered pairs, change in y's over change in x's. So it's just going to be negative 1 minus negative 4 over negative 3 minus 6. We need to do the math. Plus positive would give me 3, plus negative would give me negative 9, and that would reduce to negative 1/3. And I would suggest that you do reduce it because it'll make your life easier when you get to doing the math with it if it's in lowest terms. Now this is my m. I'm going to need that in a minute. I'm going to need it right now too, but I need to find my b. I can use either ordered pair up here. Doesn't matter. So you might choose one, somebody else can choose another, but you'll still get the same y-intercept. Again, you might want to avoid as many negatives. I do have to take a third, but both my x terms are divisible by 3, so that's not a problem. So I think I'll use this one. You could use the other one, doesn't matter. So again, you start with a y, which is negative 4, equals m, which is my negative 1/3, times x, which is 6, plus b. So when I do my canceling here, I get negative 4 equals negative 2 plus b. So I would add 2 to each side and get that negative 2 equals b. So now I have what I need. Y equals negative 1/3 x, using my slope, and then minus 2. So it takes a little longer, but not super hard to do, just going through the math and watching your negative number signs. Some of you still have troubles with those. So again, on this one, I need to find my slope. 2 minus negative 4 over 5 minus negative 7. So this becomes plus positive, which would be 6. This becomes plus positive, which would give me 12. Reduces to 1/2. Not a good choice because I'm going to have to take half of an odd number. Which means I'm probably going to work with fractions. So I'll probably choose this one since they're both positive. So y equals m, which is 1/2, times x, which is 5, plus b. 2 equals, let's think of this 5 over 1, so that's 5/2 plus b. Probably be easier for many of you to think of 5 over 2 as 2.5. So I don't really know if that's easier for you or not, but whatever. We have to subtract 5/2 from each side or subtract 2.5 from each side, however you want to think of it. I'm going to come over here and do this math problem. So it's really 2 minus, you can do it this way, 2.5. Well, that would give you negative 1/2, so you might notice it that way. Or the other way to do it is I'm minusing 5/2. How do I write 2 as a fraction with 2 on the bottom? Well, it's like 2 over 1, so it would be 4. So 4 minus 5 would be negative 1/2. So I don't care what way makes sense to you, but I end up with negative 1/2 equal b. So y equals, my slope was 1/2 x, or 1/2, put it in front of the x, minus my y-intercept was 1/2. So y equals 1/2 x minus 1/2 would be my equation. So hopefully we haven't forgotten how to work with fractions, because those are going to come up from time to time. That's why we learn to use them. Well, here we do know the y-intercept, we just don't know the slope. But we know what x-intercept means. That means the coordinates are 3 and then 0 for the y-coordinate. And for here it's 0, 4. So we can use these two things to find the slope. 4 minus 0 over 0 minus 3. We're going to get negative 4/3 as the slope. So that's all I really need because I already have the y-intercept. Negative 4/3 x plus my y-intercept, which was 4 up there. And that would be it. For some reason I have a graph on the next slide, but I don't think we need it, so we'll just